What's up, my W2 Warriors? It's your man, Dylan Ritchie, and we're here to talk about buying your first investment property all while working a full time job. This particular property, let's not get complicated. We work a full time job, we have income coming in every 2 weeks, and we have our nest egg set aside between 3 to 6 months of our daily expenses of life. So we are ready to invest and buy that first cash flowing property that's going to put us on the continuum to financial freedom. My first deal was a duplex in the town that I live in. I had already bought my primary residence and stopped renting and giving my money to someone else every month. I digress. I'm really passionate about that. This duplex was listed at $68,000, and the same day it listed, I was able to view the property and get very comfortable with the area. I offered the owner $69,000 since I knew I was going to be buying it with a conventional loan, and I wanted to show them that I'm not an all cash buyer at this particular time. I mean business, and I wasn't going to back out of the deal. $69,000 loan has a 25% down payment for 2 units. That 25% down payment was $17,000, and we'll lump in closing costs in there and say for a round number, I had to put down about $20,000 for this particular property. While I know that sounds like a lot of money, when you're working a full-time job and you're able to save that income by being frugal, wait till you see how these numbers work out and make sense on the long term. I put $20,000 for this duplex, and both sides were already rented. One side rents at fair market rent at $800 a month. The other side is below market rent and was at $600 a month. So for round numbers, we have $1,400 a month coming in rent. Here's where you can see how lucrative this business can get while working a full-time job. Our loan balance is about $51,000, we'll say. A $51,000 loan over 30 years at 4% interest is about $250 a month. But we also need to pay taxes, insurance, and on this particular property, there's only one water meter. So as the owner, I have to pay that. When we add up the principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, we'll say we have $450 a month in expenses, plus about another $100 a month in the water bill. With $1,400 coming in, and we'll say for round numbers, $550 a month coming out, we are cash flowing over $700 a month for this particular property. And before you jump my bones, I know you're going to say, but you need to set aside money for repairs and capital expenditures like a new roof and water heaters and furnace down the road. And Dylan, you work a full-time job, so you have to hire and pay for a property manager. In today's world, in 2021, being a landlord and a property owner while working a full-time job is absolutely doable, and I highly, highly, highly encourage you to buy your first property and manage it yourself so you can see what you're actually paying for when you do hire a property manager. So we make $700, $800 a month. If I receive 4 phone calls in 1 month, you would be paying yourself over $200 per phone call, assuming nothing major is actually going on with the property. And I'm here to tell you, most of the time, all of these issues are actually relatively simple, and when you're cash flowing that much money on a property, it's going to make sense to go ahead and pay someone else to do it so you can enjoy Sunday football kickoff, grilling, and hanging out with your family. But back to the deal. So we're making over $700 a month before we put any money aside for future repairs and potentially turning that 1 unit so we can actually get $1,600 a month with both sides rented at $800 a pop. Here's where this deal can get even more lucrative since you're working a full-time job and you're potentially really trying to get that snowball rolling. You could have bought this property with an FHA loan and owner occupied one side while renting the other down. This is what most people creatively call house hacking. With house hacking on this particular deal, you could be actually making money every single month, all while living for free. If you took that same $69,000 purchase price and you put 3.5% down, your mortgage payment will increase because they're going to have a higher loan value, and since you own less than 20% of the property, your lender is going to want what they call private mortgage insurance. It's a nitty-gritty expense, and it's going to equal somewhere between additionally another $30, $40, maybe $50 a month. But on this particular property, the numbers would still make sense. Here's how. Your mortgage payment, for quick math, would actually increase, and we'll say your mortgage would be about $700 a month when you include your principal, your interest, your taxes, your insurance, and we'll go ahead and throw in that $100 water bill since you're still going to be accountable for it. At $700 a month for all your expenses before you talk about utilities and all the other things, you would actually be making $100 a month at your house, all while working a full-time job. You still have your W-2 income coming in probably every 2 weeks, and you're living for free, and you're actually making money at your house. That's only one house. Imagine if you're living for free and you save your mortgage payment on your regular primary residence, plus all the additional income you're saving every 2 weeks. This is the power of real estate while working a full-time job. You can get this snowball rolling, and if you're willing to get creative, you can buy a couple properties a year, and you can eventually make enough income where you actually leave your job. And that's what I'm trying to do as we speak. More for you next week.